Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This movie stars James Franco, and it's about a scientist who's trying to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease, and he ends up testing this on a bunch of apes. One of these apes that has been tested dies and gives birth to another ape, which James Franco's character named Caesar. He then rescues him from the lab when they euthanize the rest of them when they cancel the experiments, and he grows and matures, and James Franco observes this ape and eventually realizes how intelligent they are. Eventually more apes get this and they start rampaging. Because that's what these movies are about. About us messing up and dooming the world. Let's hope it's not true. So this movie is really good. I really had a great time with this movie. The reason I watch it, again, it's one of those on-demand movies that's free, but a friend of mine bought me Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on Blu-ray, and I wanted to see Rise of the Planet of the Apes first before I saw it, and I checked it out, and I really liked this movie. First off, James Franco, he was great in this movie. I normally associated him with like only comedy movies for some reason, but he did pretty good in this role, and I really liked him. And I really liked him and the chemistry between him and Caesar. Like, as Caesar grew up, this movie takes place over a few years, you can tell, like, as these two are, like, growing up together, you can kind of see the chemistry between them and the relationship. And when they get separated and stuff, you know, you kind of feel bad for them, and you have to wonder, like, what's going to happen to Caesar, because Caesar kind of grew up only among the humans and stuff, and he didn't really, you know, experience life with the other apes and stuff, and that part is really cool. And I really like all the science behind him and trying to find this cure for Alzheimer's disease, because he has a motivation that his father is suffering from it. And, you know, it's really cool. It's actually a nice connection to me, because my grandmother has Alzheimer's as well. And, you know, she doesn't have it as bad as the character in the movie, but I don't know, I hear some stories, like, from my mother a few times, but still, it's not something I want to get into at the moment. But, yeah. Point is, I really like the story and stuff, and the characters. And the movie does really well with that. You know, I really love seeing James Franco and Caesar go along and get through life together. And it's really cool. And eventually the final act, when like the apes are rampaging across the bridge, that was really cool action and stuff. I honestly found it really hard to find who I wanted to root for, because, you know, I kind of wanted to root for the humans, because, yeah, they're me. But I grew like, close to Caesar and the rest of the apes, so I was like, I don't want them to die and stuff. But yeah, it was really cool the way they handled things, and I really had a good time with that. That last act was pretty cool. And not to say the rest of the movie leading up to it wasn't as good, because the rest of the movie is really good. It kind of feels like the movie turns, like, between, like, the thirds of the movie, it's different. Like, the first third is just, you know, watching them grow up, and I really like that. The second third is more like how Caesar learns, like, control and stuff, and the apes getting intelligent, and James Franco, you know, dealing with the Alzheimer's tests and stuff to find the cure. And, you know, the last third is the apes rampaging. James Franco tries to, like, stop them and stuff. Oops, spoilers, whatever. It's a very brief overview, but, you know, the point is it doesn't really matter. They're all really entertaining parts, and I find it really cool how the movie can take, like, 3 different approaches to something and still be really effective, because it's really cool the way this movie does it. And I really liked all the characters, and, you know, it was really cool in the way it was. It was a very entertaining movie, kind of short, it felt. At times, like, it's only an hour and 40 minutes long. I thought it was going to be longer, but I don't really care, because it was really entertaining seeing all these apes and stuff crush cars in the last act, and all that stuff. And, you know, it was a really fun movie. It was, like, very entertaining at times. It was also quite heartwarming. It's a really great combination of a lot of things that make me really excited to watch Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which I own, and I'm going to watch it eventually, and then do another review of it right here. And then get excited for War of the Planet of the Apes, which is coming in 2017, I believe. Oh well. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, so, great time. There were a few things about this movie that weren't so great, like, you know, some characters I didn't really care about because they didn't really do too much. But, you know, I did like a lot of other things, and that's why, you know, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, for me, is going to get a pretty good score. You want to know what that score is? 93%. Yay, good score, good movie, you should check it out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching my movie opinions on this movie. And if you like it, you know, the drill, I hope by now there's buttons down there you can push to help me out, except for the dislike and the flag button. I don't want you pressing those. I hope you know at least. And don't comment and tell me to get a periscope, because I'm not getting a periscope, James. Sorry. Adios, home slices. I know, and want me to get a Periscope. No one uses Periscope. It's useless. Gamer, I use Twitch. No one uses Periscope. No offense to anyone who uses Periscope. But seriously, James, it's useless. Not James Franco, my friend James.